As I found it very quiet the last little while here. So we know there's stuff going on behind the scenes. What exactly? But where was your gut going with today prior to hearing about Brendan having permission?
My gut aside, just from talking to whomever, listen, I'm like you. Everywhere everyone sees me right now, it's Leafs talk, right? Everyone does our job, but for free on the outside right now, basically.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And it's just waiting for Brendan to get fired. That's the assumption. I'm not saying that was my assumption. I'm saying that is the assumption generally. And then from there, what's that going to mean and what happens after that? So in terms of quiet, I guess it's weird for them to lose on a Sunday night and the board to meet on Thursday. To me, that's like,
It's a long time.
What are you up to? It's a pretty big decision here but
I would say,
I guess they're busy.
from the conversations I've had with my friends and all the Leaf fans in my life, that it would be a stunning development for them, for Brendan Shanahan to return to the Toronto Maple Leafs as president. Wouldn't you agree? Like, from the people that you've talked to, I think it would be a pretty stunning development.
I've made it very clear from the moment the Leafs lost Game 7 and I went on with Ivanka and Ken on Sportsnet Central, I did not expect Brendan back. Mm-hmm. And I still feel that way. Crazier things have happened in sport, but the tendency is that, for me anyways, that there needs to be a different look at the top.
Here's my Sam McKee. Can I say something? You guys mind if I just ask a question?
Please.
He's so sweet.
Can I just get in? I wonder if that would affect Mitch Marner at all. Like, if they did change leadership and they said Shanahan's no longer there or whatever else happens, if someone new wouldn't come in and said, stop.
No.
We're not getting rid of the guy who just had 102 points and gets nominated for a Selke. Stop.
We already did this.
I'm just saying, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
We already did this, though, when Treliving came in.
Yes.
Right at the only opportunity you had to get
know.
anything in return for Mitch Marner, we already did this.
But everyone comes to the Leafs and goes, I just want to take a look before I do anything.
Yeah, it's like,
we need the stuff to be done.
I'm always surprised by that. Like, there are millions of people watch your games every night. Like, do you not have cable? Did you not see?
That's how I feel about Berube at times this year. It's like, what do you mean you weren't aware of what was happening here?
You just don't. You don't know what it's like. I don't know.
I think for Mitch Marner, regardless of Brendan being there or not being there, he just knows it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? It just doesn't work. And there needs to be changes, and I'll volunteer myself.
And I think one of the big defenders of the core four sort of ideal was Brendan Shanahan. Like, I don't know the inner workings, but you've heard enough rumblings here and there.
Defender, pal.
The number one
His
guy.
reputation on it.
So I think that is why it would be hard to believe that they would that they would let Shanahan go, and then Marner's like, oh, maybe I will stay the number one guy that defended and kept me here, right? So I have a hard time.
So it sounds like, from what you're saying, Kip, that, and nothing you've heard, you sounded more definitive there about the Marner thing than you have.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think Elliot went on post-game Carolina and Florida and talked about, is there still room for him and the Leafs to come together? He thinks, as of last night, I'm not sure how he feels today, but as of last night, he kept a small window open for maybe them giving Mitch a couple of days and revisiting it. But I just don't see that scenario after everything we've watched up until this point.
It's going to be really hard if any of these things don't happen. They need to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they go to maybe he goes to New York, to the Islanders with Brendan.
I can't. It's not. That would be great. Like, as someone who likes the Islanders to do well, adding a good player would be incredible. It would be amazing. I just like to see some new characters in the plays that I watch. I feel like I'm watching reruns.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the
a welcome addition.
The other thing I did mention, that if there seems to be a little bit of a delay here for maybe the MLSE to make some sort of decision moving forward, maybe they're looking a lot deeper past Brendan Shanahan. I've mentioned already earlier this week that if it's not the biggest department, it's definitely one of them with a lot of employees here. Are they also revisiting the structure of the various departments? The last count I had was 5 assistant general managers with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Is that right?
5.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
It's
a lot of cooks
Could they-
tasting the broth.
Could they be spending time this week on revisiting exactly what is it you do
Yeah.
around here?
Well, usually I just sit at my desk for 15 minutes and just zone out until about 10 a.m. When you say zone out, what do you mean?
Okay, yeah, the assistant general managers are Brendan Pridham. There's a special advisor to the general manager, which is Shane Doan.
Okay.
Derek Clancy, player personnel. Player development, Dr. Haley Wickenheiser. Hockey research and development, Daryl Metcalf. Assistant general manager, minor league ops and GM, Ryan Hardy. Yeah, so
What would you say
there's a lot.
you do here?
That's 5. 6 if you include Doan.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's a lot of guys.
It's a lot of
and-
people.
And women.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I do think that if it is something, now first off, we're waiting for the sale to be completed for MLSE and Bell, right, for the portion of the team. But it's in spirit. Everyone knows it's happening. It's a done deal that it's going to be a Rogers MLSE.
Mhm.
And so if there is some restructuring, you'd mentioned yesterday, it may not just be the Leafs. It could be the whole organization. My point is that it seems like they're making large decisions here, not just, which free
Yeah.
agent do we like best? It's
Yeah.
who's making the decision about who makes the decisions,
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
So maybe that's why they're having
And
a
when
meeting
you're
tomorrow.
coming off such an emotional loss, it's a lot easier to do it now than if they were winning,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have carte blanche right now. If you want to do something, go ahead. No one's saying, how dare you?
Yeah.
So that's where basically I see things now. Could we see something as early as this week? Tomorrow, Friday, with the board meetings tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Could we? You think they'd want to do this week?
Our show ends at 6 tomorrow. They'll have a 6:05 presser. No, Friday. 6:05 Friday presser
Which
coming
we
up.
would be happy about.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst
No.
thing in the world. It
Right?
would-
Nobody wants to hear us any more than they have to.
No, I'm good. I mean, we'll talk about it Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, we'll just wait. We'll
Hey,
wait.
Before we get into, I went on with Gunnar and Ben this morning, and we talked so many different angles yesterday, but Ennis and Gunnar both brought up the Matthews thing to me yesterday, and I wanted to get your guys' take on this. That he said, 4 months of rehab or whatever, like he should be able to get back to